known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, it is The Kim Jacobs Show where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. But guess what? Today, we are celebrating some people that took a course called How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And we have these graduating individuals with us today. We have Chantrice Marshall. How are you, Chantrice?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing even better now that you're here. How are you, Dr. Danetta L. Watson?
If I can get off mute to tell you I'm doing great. It's an amazing day today. So
I know you have had a busy life happening over there with all of the things that's under your responsibility, which we'll talk about with the Black Mastermind Group. So we're super excited about you being here too. Okay, Malaysia Harrell, how are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Y'all listen, grab your virtual seats. Y'all are in for a tremendous treat. Tag your friends, your family, your coworkers. Let everybody know that these three individuals are going to be, you know how they say, hitting these talk show streets? They get ready to hit these talk show streets and bring some major value to the world. So I want to make sure you even have people that are a part of this group that graduated from How to Start Your Show. And I wanted to make sure that they know to also be a part of tuning in. So wherever you're tuning in from, whatever capacity that you know, everyone, please type it in the comment section. We would love to just hear from you and acknowledge you today as well on today's episode. It's all about celebrating. We're celebrating these young ladies, even if we're young in heart, because I'm not 50, but I feel like I'm still, you can't tell me nothing. I'm 54. I don't know why people don't want to say their age, but I'm 54. To me, that's a big deal. Y'all, how do y'all feel about sharing your age and stuff? Do y'all be liking doing that or not really?
Fine with me.
I'd love to be transparent about that.
Only the younger people see she no.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
I'm not going to ask you to share it. I'm not going to ask you to share it.
Please don't. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, listen. Today, just so you have an understanding of the flow of how things will work, everyone, we're just going to be talking today with each of these individuals that took a training course on how to start a show from scratch. The show is universal, so it can be used in an audio version, it can be used in a video version, or it can also be already television network ready. And so the training, when we did this 6-week training, which sometimes goes longer because we want to make sure we understand the technical aspects of things, then that's what's bringing us here together today. And so I want to go ahead and introduce these lovely queens to you and get started with our program. It's going to be all fun. So put a lot of emojis and happy faces and all kinds of stuff like that in the comment section. So Malaysia Harrell is a spiritual transformational coach, speaker, and author who helps turn women that's looking to find freedom and fulfillment so that they actually can have their destinies fulfilled. As a licensed psychotherapist and board certified clinical social worker, Malaysia blends clinical expertise, spiritual wisdom, and intuitive guidance to help women overcome their past traumas. I don't want to just read her bio because I want to give you the opportunity to hear her personal story and what she's overcome to be who she is today, especially after she's retired from something that she served in for over 20 years. So welcome here to the Kim Jacobs Show, Malaysia Harrell. How are you today?
Thank you. I am amazing. I am so blessed to be here and just, thank you for this opportunity, to be on your platform and to also just sow into us. It's been such an amazing journey.
Well, thank you for being here and talk to us, if you will, just so people, as you prepare to become this new talk show host, even though you've already had some tiny miracles and different stories and dreaming big and things, but people may want to know who you are as a person. So just take us back and give us some of your backstory. Who is Malaysia Harrell? What have you been through to become who you are to now make you this talk show host?
Ooh, it's been a amazingly blessed journey. I am a woman who basically, came up with a lot of adversity that I was able to overcome as a very young child, and growing up into adolescent, being in a lot of poverty and also experiencing a lot of childhood trauma, many different for many years. And, it made me a person of service. So I knew that that's my purpose on earth, is to have a life of service. And I, as decided after 9/11 to be commissioned in the United States Air Force. So I did just recently retire from the United States Public Health Service after over 7 years. I transferred, and I just, with my experience, in 2020, I had a near-death experience after deployment at the height of COVID. And I just can tell you, I don't know how I'm here today. And it's by the grace of God that I'm here today. So my purpose is to help women, and especially also veteran women, to know that no matter what you go through in life, if you could all see me, I was 254 pounds on the medication, prednisone, oral chemo. I had Bell's palsy on one side of my face where it was completely drooped. And so I had a will to live. And I believe that with my faith and my relationship with God, that really helped me to overcome and to be the woman that I am today. So I want people to know that no matter what adversity you go through,
That's right.
I've been through a lot, that you can make it. And so that's what I'm here. I'm here to be that inspiration, that vessel, to let people know that you have the ability to heal yourself, but you have to be centered and grounded through your relationship with God.
That's good. And you have been a true testimony, walking, living miracle of God's grace and mercy. And you've been on the Kim Jacobs Show before, and you've shared your journey from near death experience to what God brought you to. So if you didn't see that episode, make sure, everyone, that you take a moment to just search Malaysia Harrell and the Kim Jacobs Show, and you will see a very heartwarming episode that involves her. And if she can do it, then I personally believe that we can all glean some level of inspiration to just keep hope alive. Let's learn how to keep hope alive. If someone that went from over 200 and something pounds, near death, Bell's palsy, was literally pretty much looking to die, and now look at the miraculous turnaround that's happened in your life. What do you attribute that miracle to from your perspective, Malaysia?
Well, a lot of it was the grace of God, of course, but also a big part of it was my will to live. And also the people who are around me. So family, friends, people who just sewed into me, loved on me, even when I didn't love myself, when I thought I could not turn around from that situation. It was a lot of love, mentors, friends, family, my husband. It was a labor of love, because I just don't think I could have gotten through that on my own, to be honest with you.
I'm really grateful that you're sharing that component of things. So it took a team of people to help you on this journey, and you didn't just make it by yourself. People rallied around you and supported you on this journey.
Right.
That's good. Good. Well, we're so glad that you are choosing to be a talk show host, and we're going to talk more about that in the second half of today's conversation. But I do want to give a chance for our next person to come up and talk, and let's just go to you, Shantrice Marshall. Y'all, by the way, have the most epic names of all of my different graduating classes. I was like, we're going to name your group the Epic Names Group, because y'all all have names. So I'm really, really glad to have you here, Shantrice, as well. And Shantrice, You are a mother, a nurse, a life coach, a book author, and you are determined in life to help people turn that pain into purpose while breaking the generational curses. That seems to really be heavily your focus, to create generational blessings. What a beautiful
Yes.
thing, and what a beautiful life's mission. Thank you so much for being here today, Chantrese.
Thank you.
And so talk to us about what made that become your passion in life, to turn generational curses to generational blessings.
Once I started digging deep to find out exactly what generational curses were and how much of a hold they can have on us, it just made me determined to break free from it and know that there's no limit on what we can achieve.
Mm, That's good. That's good. So did you feel like you grew up in a situation where there was generational curses occurring that you felt like you were having difficulty breaking free from, or this just became a passion for another reason?
I started to, once I found out what it was, I started to become aware of my surroundings, and I believe we all have generational curses. So, absolutely.
All of us, right? And that's
Yes.
that's the answer. Sometimes people feel like because they may be financially well off or whatever the case, that there is no generational curse because it's not
Mm-hmm.
obviously seen to the world from an
Right.
outside peering in type of situation. But I agree with you. There's some type of generational curse that's happening in some capacity in our lives in some way that needs to be broken and turned, whether it's I don't talk to this family member, I don't deal with that person, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
Mm-hmm.
they're not invited to this. There's all kinds of other things that can still be generational curses that need to be broken.
Yes, that we
So I'm
don't know
grateful that.
until we start raising our own children. So, the aspect of being generational wealthy and what appears to be on the outside doesn't compare to what's in the inside of family. So,
That's good. Okay, so I'm super excited about this. Now, in your own personal journey, is there anything you wanted to share with us that helps us understand your personal backstory any better? Because you're going to be the one hosting this show and talking to people and helping them overcome their own circumstances. What circumstances would you like to share?
um, that I'm determined to create change, determined to find my purpose. And I'm pretty sure that we all can relate to sometimes our upbringing and life, pain, grief can really keep us from not knowing who we really are. So just being a determined single mother, living life every day, learning from my mistakes, learning from my past, and just continuing to grow. Like I'm no different from anyone else.
That's good. All of the things that you're saying, Chantrese, to me, I think it really inspires young people to know that, listen, I'm no better than anybody else. I talk about that often when I'm doing any presentations. Sometimes people may be better off because of their
Right.
circumstances or their situations, but nobody's better than anybody else. So the
Hmm.
same opportunities that God can bless somebody else with, he can bless you with. If
Right.
you grab hold to that vision and what he has for you, because what's for you is for you.
Yep.
And so I love this. And I'm so grateful that you're here today as you're preparing to graduate from How to Start Your Own Show from scratch.
Yes. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, and very excited. All right, let me go ahead and I'm just giving y'all a chance just to share a little bit about your backstory before we transition to some more of everything. Dr. Danetta Watson is known as the launch strategist. She is a seasoned entrepreneur, business professional, community activist, and ex-government manager for the United States Census Bureau and lots of other hats. But today, I kind of want you to talk about one thing that I feel you're very passionate about, which is the Black Mastermind Group. So talk to us as this Black CEO that you are and what your backstory is, Dr. Danetta Watson.
Well, I am that person that, with all of this education and training and background and knowledge, someone with a BA in business and marketing, someone with a master's in quality systems management, and someone that was an adjunct professor and an administrator of a business school could wake up one day with losing $350,000 of my own money and having a penny left to my name. How could that be?
Right.
How could that be? Teaching entrepreneurship on the college level, coaching entrepreneurs around the world, starting a business, running a successful business for 20 years, and they go full-time in business, and 5 years later have 1 penny left to my name. That's the story we're going to talk about. Because on this journey, 87% of Black entrepreneurs have never qualified for capital, and neither did I. After putting over $189,000 in a bank account and then bleeding through that $189,000, the very same bank tell me that I'm ineligible to qualify for a loan, because if I had not spent my money, they'd be able to help me.
Right.
Now, why did they tell me that when I was putting my money in? Why did they say something while I was spending my money?
Right.
But in essence, that's not their job. They expect entrepreneurs to know the financial side of business. And unfortunately, we do not.
Interesting. And we're going to talk about what each of your shows will focus on, but I love that trailer already. The fact that people you're not even talking just about general people. You brought this home, and you're saying personally, you were already millionaire. You had millionaire status. I know I've been a millionaire where I've had millionaire status. And then you'd be like, what happened to all my money that I had? And if we don't manage it properly, it can just get gone. And then the same places that you spent it and allocated it to can now not even support and undergird you in your new brokenness, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. And
so if you had to share a tip with us, because I know this is not what we've necessarily done on this particular episode, but share at least one tip with us, because the holidays are coming, Dr. Danetta. And right now, people are getting ready to start losing it with spending.
Absolutely. And so one thing I want to say is that, unfortunately, what we are running is not businesses. We're running hobbies, hookups, and hustles. We are not running real fundable business models. And from this experience, I've spent my life and I've dedicated my life, because this is what God asked me to do. I kept saying, why isn't someone? Why isn't someone? Why isn't somebody doing this? Why isn't someone teaching that? And he said, excuse me, young lady, that's what you're here for. And so I wrote the curriculum, and 5 years later, we've trained over 500 entrepreneurs, and we've created 9 millionaires who are running business models that have over $1 million in revenue, because they're no longer running hobbies, hookups, and hustles. They are running real businesses. And that's my mission in life, is to teach our community not only how to run a business, but how to create a wealth generating business model that will impact your community and change people's lives.
That is so awesome. Okay, so y'all are in for a treat to hear these new shows that are popping off in this 2025 season. And if you're not seated with notes and a pen and a pad ready to take notes, and even just going back and looking at the information at a later time, that you can type your comments in what you're learning, type it, and then go back and later look at it and binge watch it. It's some good stuff that's going to be changing the way you think, the way you operate, and the way you actually can move. You can move and be better. As who says, Maya Angelou, she says this she used to say this all the time. She said, look, y'all, just do the best you can. Do the best you can. But when you know better, do better. And these talk show hosts that are going to be coming out to you, to your home virtually, they're going to help you be able to do better. That is a big blessing, in my opinion, a tremendous blessing, to have these women be a part of changing the trajectory of your lives. Listen, we're going to just take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how the training helped you to be able to help you become the talk show host that you'll be, and whether you recommend it to other people. So get your minds right. That's the question coming back. And I'll pop you on and get your quick feedback on that. Then we're going to talk about your individual shows right after that. So we'll be right back, everyone, right after this commercial break. Thank you. Love this. I'm loving this episode.
Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Managing Director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Managing Director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. I've got good news for you. You just discovered an international network of women entrepreneurs who are committed to helping you achieve, succeed, and prosper. We're on a mission here to help 1 million women entrepreneurs each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Here at eWomen Network, we have a complete success system that supports you every step of the way in building and growing your business. You being here right now is no accident. We're supposed to know about you. We want to meet you to find out how we can help you as well as learn about what you have to offer. With over 500,000 women connected through 118 chapters across the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you are never alone. If this is resonating with you, please go to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. Notice too my contact information. I invite you to reach out to me and to check out our upcoming in-person and online events. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our special community.
All right, everyone, we are back and we're talking with some of the students that are graduating from a program that we started called How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And so if you are going to be interested in starting your own show, especially getting ready to go into the new year, you know that there are some things that Chantrice mentioned it. And I think that was a good way to say it along with you, Dr. Netta. All of y'all said the same thing, actually, that pain point of God nagging down in your spirit, not letting you rest. You're trying to get answers to how do you get to the other side of this financial burden that's happening in your life? How do you get past these generational curses? How do you really believe that miracles are possible? And that I believe it because I'm a walking, living miracle. So you can easily teach other people this. So you all have that down in the inside of your own heart. There are people that are tuning in today. I want you to know that there's something that God gave you too, that he's gifted you to do. And only you can do it. It's for you. It's your gift. And if you just bury that talent, then the whole world misses out. And you don't need that to be the case where you can go to your grave with all of these gifts and talents lying dormant inside of you. So anyway, I'm not going to sit here and minister and preach and all of that right now. All I want to say is each of you chose to take this course. I would love to just hear what made you take the How to Start Your Show from Scratch course, and would you recommend it to other people? I'll start with you, Dr. Danetta.
Well, I've always known that I was a voice and not an echo, and just didn't know how to get my voice out there. I also knew that what we've been able to accomplish in the lives of the entrepreneurs on this journey should not be hidden. And how do I get the word out? How do I get the message out that Black people, you can use entrepreneurship as your wealth gap closer? It is the only tool that God has given in the earth realm where wealth can be generated, because you'll never produce it on a job. That is called the journey of the broke. I guess we didn't really know that. J-O-B, journey of the broke.
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought of that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Entrepreneurship is the only wealth generator there is. And we have not actively engaged in it correctly. And so I know now that this message must get out. And we've got to transform our communities and create business owners that produce opportunities for people, and not us always be seeking and searching for an opportunity.
That's good. Good. Now, what was your biggest blessing for being a part of the training? How do you feel it helped you? And is it something you would recommend to other people?
Oh, absolutely.
What it did for y'all to say that. If you wouldn't, trust me, I've had shows that turned not just with me, but another group I was in. I was like, did they know that they were going to say that? No, but that's why, be transparent.
Well, I'm an instructor too, and I'm a trainer. And when there's things that we don't know how to do, and someone is willing to invest in us that knowledge, you line up and you get in the seat. And so I when I met you, I was on the fence. The timing for me was always the issue. My plate is extremely full, but you made it fit my schedule and fit my life. And I thank you for that. And yes, anyone that has something that God has put in your spirit and in your mouth, you need to get into a program that will walk you through how to launch yourself. And something that I've ran from for many years. And so you got me, Kim. And so here I am.
That's funny. Okay. And you were really, really busy. So
Yes.
if you people that are busy, and that's a big thing where people are like, I just have too much going on. I really cannot figure out when I'm even going to carve out the time. How did that work with you in this training? Because I think that we kind of accommodated it, whatever we needed to do, but you speak, because I don't want to say for what I thought I did.
We actually did, even from when the class started. And so for me, teaching 4 classes a week and coaching 10, 12 people a week and doing math classes twice a month, my plate is very full. And we're in the middle of a construction project as well, building out our facility. So all of this is going on at the same time. And I tell my students, no excuses, none whatsoever. We don't give any, we don't take any. And so I had to stop making excuses. And so when I told you what was going on, you said, you know, I knew you had to be a woman of faith. Just start, just sign up, just commit, and we'll make it work. And it worked. And so for that, I'm grateful.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad that you stayed the course. And even when we had to make some minor adjustments here or there, we didn't get too frustrated, because and it's easy for us to be within our own selves sometimes, but it's like, you know what, whatever it takes for it to get to the finish line, to the finish line. And sometimes when you're dealing with generational curses, Chantrice, I know I keep going back to you because I just love that theory. It's easy to fall back into the way that you handle conflict or how you deal with the situation, but that may not be the best way to handle it. So I'm really grateful for the show that you're going to be having too, Chantrice, a lot, because that's going to give us some ways to think differently than how we currently operate, even in dealing with conflict resolution. So Dr. Danetta, your show, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but I cannot wait, because I want people to know from you too what they're going to walk away learning when they tune into your show. So get that in your mind. Malaysia, let's go to you for a moment. And what was your takeaway? How did the training help you?
Well, I decided to actually take your course. It wasn't expected. I didn't know that you had this course. But sometimes we need someone to help us get over the mountain. And so I knew, and I'm a person who, you know, was a perfectionist, a recovering perfectionist, and someone who always needed to have every detail done. And so, as you know, I decided to start my Tiny Miracles episode on Instagram every Thursday night at 7. I said, I have a phone. I can press the button. It's so easy. But before that, it was like, oh, I need to have this program, this light, that light. Like I needed all the things. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Well, I met you at Ernetta Caldwell, my sister's conference, and we were on a panel together. And so after the panel, you talked to me about what you do. And, you know, we got a chance to kind of connect. And I was excited about it because I knew that I wanted to take my platform global. And we had talked about that, whereas your show also, after me being on your show, that your show is also broadcast in many different countries. And I said, oh, people who are struggling, especially after the pandemic, it impacted the entire world. And so there are a lot of people who are suffering from loneliness. We had the Surgeon General put a report out about that. And so we are now recovering. We are saying we can no longer live life the way we lived it prior to the pandemic. How are we going to move forward? So with my platform, I want to be able to empower people from all walks of life all over the world. And so with that, I thought the takeaways that I took from your course is that, number one, you're not alone. And that's one of my biggest, messages to people. We don't have to do this alone. And if God has given you an intuitive nudge or this spiritual inclination to say, you know what, I have something for you. There's something that I need you to do. When you decide that I'm going to be obedient to that calling, it comes to you. I didn't know we were going to be on a panel together. I didn't know that you even had this.
That's
and
right.
So once you make the decision, and Kim, you were there to guide us through. And I agree with Dr. Danetta that the schedule, Like everybody's schedule is all over the place, and you were so accommodating.
Mhm.
And what I loved about your teaching that you don't get with a lot of other people is that you actually handheld us to walk us through every single step. So not only from, getting our messaging together and us talking that out and feeling our presence and what our messages are, but to say, you know what? Here's the equipment that you need. Here's the platform that you need. And you know what? Let's walk through it right now, literally together. And so I really appreciate that. And then the camaraderie with all the other ladies over the past, several weeks. I just think it was just phenomenal. And I just appreciate you for that.
Wow. I know one thing. We're gonna clip this piece right here, this stuff right here. We're gonna buy this right here, repurposing some content, y'all. We're gonna bite size. We're gonna break any generational curses around here that people can't make no money as a Black woman. We're gonna break these generational curses, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, oh Lord, you done inspired me, girl. You got my nerves I'm all jittery. I'm like, what? I don't know who's gonna edit this, but somebody clip this little piece out to all of this and send it to me. This is some good stuff. So clearly you recommend the training.
Absolutely. I've recommended it to, several people that I know personally who are looking. They're all coaches who are already doing really great things. We all have our platforms. We're doing really well. But again, to get you to that next level, it's like, what are you looking for? So if you're someone who does have a story that's compelling, that other people can relate to, how are you going to get that message to other people to let them know that, hey, you're not alone. There's other people that are out here doing it for you. And with the launch of my book, God Has My Six, this is the perfect timing for me to get that message out there, and just doing it on one particular platform and not having it streamed to these other countries. I think you're really selling yourself short, but it's not for you. Your message isn't for you. Your message is for other people. That is why you went through it. That is why God has allowed you to live, so that you can share your story.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly why God allows things to happen in your life, so that you can share your story. And Malaysia, when you follow her, definitely over there on her Instagram, the Malaysia Harrell on social media, and it's also malaysiaharrell.com. Y'all are going to hear so many different inspirational stories and messages from Malaysia, and she doesn't hold anything back. She's telling you what she's been through personally. And anyway, we're gonna talk more about the show. But let me go over here to you, Chantrice. Now get your minds right next, y'all. We're gonna talk about your individual shows and what people can expect from each of your shows. But Chantrice, how did you feel about the training? And you're one of my younger students, millennials, right? So
Yes.
you're it's very different, because when I was talking to, let me say this for a second before I even put her up there. Some things I would be saying, Chantrice was like, what? I don't do that. Like, she's like, that's not even where I operate. That's not my wheelhouse. That's not where I go. So I was like, oh man, I got to change my whole training to accommodate her some, because you have to be able to connect with each generation the way that they need you to connect, not how you think it should be done. So with that said, I learned some things from you, Chantrice. I just want you to know that. Go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So what did you learn from the training, and did you benefit, and how do you think it would help other people?
I did learn from it. I benefit from the training. I have always had a vision of turning my first book, I'm Not Cursed, Am I, into a TV show or a movie. I like to communicate. I like to have debates. I like to have conversations. So when me and Kim ran into each other this summer at a women's conference in North Carolina, and she said, I'm just like, okay, this is a step. And I just love Kim's energy. So she make you feel like anything you want to do, you can do it. So I love that. So this was just a stepping stone to get something that I really want, and I'm excited. But I definitely benefit from the class, and I would recommend it to other people.
And now with you, it was very unique because you had some appointments lined up and needed some tips and strategies for
Yes.
pitching things. And so we had to have some different one-on-one sessions. Do you feel any of those sessions were helpful to you as you were going through?
Yes, you have always had a lot of information and very resourceful and very open to everybody. So I love that as well. Definitely helping out with any questions I had, any response, you always came back with it. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. And did you also feel like, and I don't know the answer to this, that's why I'm asking. And I'm asking, I never asked them, let me be very clear, I never asked them these questions before today. So I didn't stage these questions and then they're coming up with pre-rehearsed answers because I don't know. So the answer may be no. It really may be no. And then it's like, oh, that's not something I'm good at right there, y'all, because they just said it, right? So I don't know what they're going to say. But Chantrice, because you had some appointments getting ready to be scheduled with some key decision makers for you to be considered for film projects and things, do you even feel that that the time that we had in our sessions helped you be more equipped and more poised and ready, or was it really?
Yes, it definitely gave me that boost of like, okay, it's time to walk through the door. It's time to get it started. So absolutely.
Okay. But I also told you don't reveal all of your information to those to those. Did that help you?
I'm glad you told me that. And just some things that I didn't know, you just don't know. So it's always good to have somebody who does have experience and that, is in the industry before you, just to let you know.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And so I'm praying that God blesses you with your heart's desires and your dreams to become a reality. I do know some Black filmmakers and that do projects. And so I would like to connect you to a couple of those individuals too, because they do like Black film festivals and things.
Okay.
And then that might be a way for you to get further ahead as well. And I wanted to reveal that to you here on the graduation.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Let me make notes so I can make sure I connect. If I don't make note of stuff, it's just not going to happen with Chantrice. Okay. So I'll do that right after the show today. Connect you via social media. Oh, I can't connect you on Facebook. So I got to text. I'm going to text you and the person. All right. So listen, everybody, your next group training, if you already know that in January, you're going to be like, man, I should have started. And I'm waiting till January to come. Don't wait till January. Get a jump start. I learned this actually from Sandra Yancey, who is the founder of eWomen Network. She said that her calendar year starts in December 1st. And that puts her so much further ahead, all because people are waiting till January 1st or taking the full holidays off as their break. This woman is like, she's like skyrocketing and her business is soaring. She's a CNN hero. She's consulted with some of the largest companies in the world, Dell, IBM, you name it. And she pays, even for her own trainings, $150,000 in different amounts just so she gets the training with her husband and their daughter that they need to make eWomen Network thrive with over 500,000 members. So if somebody is excelling at that level, we need to take a page from their book and apply it. I actually wasn't even going to do another training for the rest of the year. I wasn't gonna do it. But here's what I'm gonna say to you. I am taking 5 students. And if you want to be one of those 5 students, literally like today, give me a call or go ahead and email me and let me know. I want to be a part of this group training and I want it to be now so that I can go ahead and be ready to come out as a talk show host in the first quarter. Okay. And the information is here. And I know some of you are listening on iHeartRadio and all of the other platforms that are over there on audio. So it's Kim at The Balance Doctor, and doctor is spelled out, Kim at thebalancedoctor.tv, or you can call 704-962-7161, 704-962-7161, and be one of the 5 students that will start in December for you to be able to launch your show very soon after the new year. All right. Whoosha, let's go. We're not going to take any more commercial breaks because I need to go right into hearing about your show, Dr. Danetta Watson. Tell us what people can expect when they tune in.
Well, what they'll expect is what we teach every week in our program, and that is mindset, mindset, mindset. And so the name of my show is the Mastermind Minutes. And in order to become a master of your own mind, you've got to have your mind set. And I'm going to teach you the principles of mindset and principles of being in a mastermind group and what the benefits of being in a mastermind group would be for you, for your family, for your life, your future. You see, we in our community believe that success can be achieved by yourself. And in actuality, that's probably the biggest myth we've espoused. You will never produce success. You will never have wealth, sustainable wealth. You'll never create a legacy by yourself. It's absolutely impossible. And so what we must do is challenge all of these myths, all of these folklores, all of these stories that have been handed down to us from generation to generation, that you never borrow money from people. You don't tell folks your business. You keep your life closed. You know, yes, there's so many things that Mama them told us, and Mama them, unfortunately, did not tell the truth. We got to tell it like it is. And so what I want to do is to teach our community the power that's in our mind. This thing that God gave us is an incredible tool. And unfortunately, if the most of the world operates on 10% of their brain, I'm guessing we do 10%, 2%. You know, when it's a cold out there, Black folks get pneumonia. So if everybody else is operating on 10%, we probably have operated on 2%. And so sorry, I don't mean to point us out, but I do have to come for us, you know, because I live in this house. We all family. I know our secrets. I know what we don't want nobody to know, but I'm going to tell on us.
You going to tell on us?
I'm going to tell on us.
We're going to be like, oh, girl, you're going to shut your mouth. You ain't going to be out there.
I'm telling all the tea and all with the lemon and the little bourbon or whatever you got in it. I'm telling. Because we've got to get whole and we've got to get healthy when it comes to financial matters. And our community is unhealthy because we've never learned how to handle financial matters. We cannot exist in this society and we cannot function safely, strongly, if we don't deal with the financial matters. And because our world is shifting and evolving into a financial technology world, that we are unprepared and unskilled to know about. We're going to see a prophecy fulfilled if we don't take action. And that is by 2053, the Black community will have zero net worth, zero economic clout, zero economic value, zero economic participation. And I've asked the question many times. When I first heard this, how could this be possible? Well, you know, I'm a previous statistician, and so the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell the truth.
That's right.
And when we know how to read them, we know how to figure out what's going on. And so now that we're looking at the data that tells us that everything is evolving to a technological world, and we live in predominantly technological deserts, we're going to be the ones that are going to have zero net worth if we do not change what we do with our money.
That's right.
How we handle our money and what we invest in. You know, we buy the most consumable goods out of any other ethnic group. And so all of our money is on disposable items. We own the least real estate. Only less than 1.2% of commercial real estate in this country is owned by people that look like us. And wealth is achieved by owning assets.
That's right.
And so we must teach our community how to reposition ourselves. We're talking about reparations, and I'm just, hey, I'm the Band-Aid snatcher. I snatch Band-Aids off.
That's
So
good.
when we're going to talk about reparations, then we've got to deal with the fact that we buy more consumable goods. And as soon as Black people are given reparations, within 3 years, the reparations will be gone and we'll be the poorest ethnic group on the face of the earth. And so we're not ready for reparations until we can handle financial matters. So if you're not going to get us straight whole, don't give us any money, because that'll kill us. Most people who had wealth brought upon them unprepared and unplanned for ended up in worse condition than pre-wealth. That's our community. So
And that's
shift our minds just a little bit.
Now you done made me break into a high flash, right? Okay, because I was
didn't mean
good
to.
until I heard you say that. And the thing is, when you're saying what you're saying, obviously this doesn't apply to everybody because there are people that have mastered.
But 95% of our population, it applies to. We are the 5%ers sitting in this room right now. 95% of our community is not economically prepared for what is going to come. Only 5% of us are.
Well, that's why you want to tune in to the Mastermind Minutes, which is going to be hosted by Dr. Danetta Watson, Danetta L. Watson. And do you know what day and time yet, or is it going to be in the new year? I know it's going to be January 1st
Yes.
that it'll kick off.
Right now, because of my schedule, Fridays are my best day to communicate. And I've tried all different days. And right now my commitment is for Friday mornings, just to give us something before you go party and start spending money and doing foolish stuff, because we live for the weekend. And so I'm going to teach you how to live from Monday through Friday and not live for the weekend, and how to live from your investments and not live from the weekend. And so I'm going to teach you how to change and transform who you are by shifting your mind and getting your mind set for success.
And at what time? Do you know what time?
I'm an early riser. So, we might be talking about 6 o'clock in the morning. Early will I rise and early will I seek thee.
Oh,
And
Lord.
so,
Okay.
y'all
Well,
gonna
believe
have-
it or not, I'm up sometimes because God had me up in the middle of the night from like 4 to 5, 3
Well,
to 6.
I'm going to call you because I'm up too that time.
Oh,
But
good.
yeah,
Good.
we're going to be talking early in the morning because I want to set your day right, and I will get your mind set for how you're going to show up each and every day thereafter.
Perfect. And 6 a.m. Central,
Yes, 7 a.m. Eastern.
6 a.m. Central Standard, and that's going to be 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, everyone. So we're going to put that back up there for you all to be able to know. The Mastermind Minutes on Friday mornings at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard. And again, Dr. Danetta Watson's information is over there in the comment section for you. Whew. Y'all, we're going to get our minds right because it all starts with us being renewed in our minds. And I'm super excited about your show. All right, let's go to you, Chantrice. Chantrice, tell us I know it's going to be the first quarter of 2025. She has a book release happening and some things that she's going to center her show around. So talk to us.
The Chantrice show is going to be coming out next year. I am in the middle of releasing my second book called Do You See Me? So that kind of pushed things back a little, but it's going to be open conversations. Like, I just want to freestyle. I want to freestyle a little bit of course, generational curses, a little bit of men's perception on things, healing, past traumas, things that's arising now. It's just going to be good conversations, real good conversations.
Real good conversations. And
Yes.
a lot of it's going to focus around generational curses, as you've already heard, and how to turn them into generational blessings. And
Yes.
she's going to have men and women coming on to talk about those candid conversations, not scripted or anything like that, but just something that's going to be some hearty discussion. So when
Yes.
people tune in, when you say just some good conversation, give me an example of some type of conversation that would be happening on your show.
The real, the raw, man, people's perception on life. I don't know how I want the first episode to go, but I know I want it to break free for people to understand that how to turn their pain into purpose. Because I feel like so many people are trapped by trauma and they just can't set themselves free and they really don't know their true potential. So mostly breaking people free from that pain and seeing that everyone has a purpose and just how to get there, just being very relatable.
Good. Very good. And you are going to be very relatable. And definitely, even for us that are older than her and her generation, we're going to be able to learn so much because then you get to hear the hearts of people that are in that generation and what they're dealing with. I know I have children
Yes.
even that are going through different things. And sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, Did I say something wrong? Yes, I clearly did, but I don't know what I said wrong. Again, you only know what you know, and you can't see yourself because you're in the picture frame. So it takes
Right.
somebody outside of that picture frame, like Les Brown often says, for them to be able to pour into you and say, no, that's not how that came across. So,
Mhm.
and sometimes I'll reach out to a friend and they'll be like, Kim, it's you. In this case, you have to allow your adult children the opportunity to be their own version of who God created them to be versus trying to
Mhm.
force them to be who I'm like, you're not going to be a walking Kim. What is happening here? Am I missing something? Don't you want to be like me? And they're like, no, you have your life. And so you're going to learn these things on Chantrice Marshall's show. We're going to learn how to communicate better with millennials and with the younger generation. So thank you, Chantrice.
Yes.
And stay connected with her at queenchantrice.com and definitely go over to her Instagram at queen_Chantrice and
Yes.
follow her. As soon as her show is released, she'll be communicating a lot more heavily about it. Yay! So proud of you, Chantrice. And it's going to be a
Thank you.
film too, just so y'all know. All right.
Yes.
All right, Malaysia. Talk to us about your show, when it's happening, what people can expect.
Whew, this has been a long time coming, and I will say the other thing that I wanted people to know about your training is that none of us felt really comfortable sharing our true authentic selves sometimes when we're first getting into, opening ourselves up to the world. It's not always an easy thing to do, especially being on online platforms. But seeing the work that you do and how you spread joy, that's really what I want to do for the Malaysia Harrell show as well. So the Malaysia Harrell show is going to be, it's not just a show, it's really a movement. And it's a space where transformation, empowerment, inspiration really come along together to create meaningful change in the lives of others. As myself being a veteran, a psychotherapist, an author, a spiritual transformation coach, I've spent so much time navigating challenges. And my hope is that I can help others really do the same. So the Malaysia Harrell show is really an extension of that mission. And it's a place where stories of resilience, triumph, and purpose is really there to be shared so that we can uplift and empower others. And certain topics that we'll really get into include manifestation and mindset transformation, because really, with looking at the spiritual components and our mindset, those are really important for transforming our lives so that we can live the life of our dreams. We'll be talking about holistic wellness and the pursuit of balance, whatever that means. And you'll see that there's really no such thing as balance. It's really alignment. So we're going to talk about really being in alignment with your purpose and your divine assignment. And that's what's going to help you be really successful to get that financial prosperity that Dr. Danetta has talked about so eloquently today. We're going to talk about stories of individuals who have overcome adversity and achieved greatness. That's really what this is about, is walking into that path so that we can be successful and impact the lives of others, and to provide practical tools and strategies for living our best lives. So each episode, Kim, is designed to inspire action. We're not just going to sit there and expect for our blessings to come to us. They're going to challenge our perspectives, because in order for us to grow, we need to learn. We need to learn new mindsets and new ways of thinking while maintaining the integrity of our core values and learning what that means today for us, especially if you've gone through those triumphs, and igniting the spark within each one of us so that we can rise above any of life's obstacles or to embrace our divine purpose. So that's what we're going to do.
You're going to do it well, too. Listen, y'all, can y'all feel it? Like, you have to be able to feel when you're dealing with virtual shows. Part of it has to be that people can feel you through I can reach you even through the camera some kind of way. You have to have that connection happen. And so each of your shows, I believe, will give people the opportunity to have an intimate experience with you all. You're going to think very differently when it comes to your finances after you hear Dr. Danetta talk about that. You're going to think very differently about whether you're the contributing factor to the generational curses, or does the buck stop here at this point with me when you hear Chantrice's show. Mm-hmm. You're going to also know that, listen, you could come from way down and out situation where you have been counted out and everybody has said it's the end for you. And then you miraculously turn around to be like a beauty queen stepping out of the Miss America pageant and around. So guess what? You are in for a tremendous treat tuning into all of these shows that are coming before you in 2025. When can they tune into your show, Malaysia? Do you know yet the date and the time?
Yeah, so my show is also going to air early next year. I'm also working around the release date of my book as well. So if everyone subscribes today on YouTube to my channel, the Dream Life Manifested channel, all of those information and components will be coming out, along with getting signed up for my newsletter, subscribing to all my social media channels. You will get all the first-hand information, and you will be able to get the book, and you'll be able to subscribe to the podcast as soon as it comes out.
All right. The Dream Life Manifested YouTube channel. Make sure you all go and subscribe today. Go ahead and start following Malaysia on all her social media platforms. And she has everything listed, and it's in the comment section. But you can find her at Malaysia, and that's spelled Malaysia for those that are listening on the audio podcast. And Malaysia Harrell is Harrell. Okay. Again, I told y'all they had the epic names. That's the epic names group over there. Danetta, Chantrice, Malaysia. Okay. All right. So we're getting ready to come to a close today, but I saw a few comments and I wanted to make sure that I let you all. Okay. Love this. Dr. Julia Pinder McBride. I absolutely love her. She's been married for many years, can tell you how to stay married for quite a long time. All right. Mackenzie said, what is a psychotherapist? Somebody tell us, what is a psychotherapist, Malaysia?
So mental health providers have many different forms of trainings for the different types of mental health providers. So psychotherapy is more of a long-term sort of therapy, but there are cognitive behavioral therapists, there are and I'm also a board certified clinical social worker. And so we provide, different modalities of mental health therapy. So it just depends on what modality you choose.
That's excellent. So thank you so much for answering that question. Everyone looks so pretty. I see a comment, Mackenzie said, everyone looks so pretty. Thank you so much, Mackenzie. And I do want to take congratulations, Dr. Paulette Harper said. Congratulations, ladies. Let me take a moment for a minute. Listen, the Kim Jacobs Show. I believe wholeheartedly that you get not because you ask not, okay? And when you ask, sometimes you're asking too vague. So therefore, God don't even know how to bless you. So today, I'm asking if 10 people could send $100 to the Kim Jacobs Show. This is the way that we thrive and that we keep our programming coming to your home Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Kim Jacobs, we bring a phenomenal guest that's helping to bring better balance to your home. And when I say balance may look like you're out of balance in one capacity of your life because people are looking at what they're seeing from an exterior. It does not mean that you're out of balance. It just means that you're in a season that God has you in at that particular phase of your life, in that particular time in your journey. So I do agree that balance is more like alignment. It's what God's will is for your life at that season of your life, okay? And that's revealed in the book that I have coming out as well. So anyway, if any episode of the Kim Jacobs Show has brought balance to your house, better synergy, harmony, better togetherness, maybe your marriage tips came from somebody that you watched here on the Kim Jacobs Show, make sure you take a moment and just send a Cash App. Cash App is $ Kim Jacobs Inc. You can even do PayPal, paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. You can do Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show. You can even Zelle. Some people just only deal with Zelle. You can Zelle to 704-962-7161. And we appreciate your contributions here at the Kim Jacobs Show. All right. This is the final piece that we're coming to the conclusion of. So I'm getting ready to turn it into a moment of celebration. Put emojis, congratulations, heartfelt, everything over there, because we're getting ready to come to a close. But I want to make sure that we play some music on this piece. Where's my music? I have enjoyed training you ladies so much. I've enjoyed it. All right, let's play a little bit of. Can't play the real graduation song because it's copyrighted. So this is the epic graduation. Here we go. All right. Certificate. Let me pause. Certificate of certification. Let me do each of you individually. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. This is a certificate of completion. The Kim Jacobs online course of how to start your own show from scratch. And it is going to this lovely lady, Malaysia Harrell. And I am just so honored to have you on here today, Malaysia, with all of the different hats that you wear. And I saw some of the pictures that you sent in, so I'm just popping those pictures up. And just want to thank you for your service to our country as well, and your certificate of completion for graduating from how to start your own show from scratch. Y'all give it up for Malaysia Harrell and put some comments.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to you. All right, let's get ready. I'm trying my best. See, I'm doing the most over here, huh? Okay, let's go to, you know what? I'm going to have to do one thing. Give me 1 second, because one of the things I have to do is go in for my phone. But we are going to go to our next graduate, which is Shantrice Marshall. How are you, Shantrice Marshall?
I'm good. I'm excited. Thank you.
All right. So Shantrice Marshall is receiving her certificate of completion today from How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And quite an exciting time here in our journey as we come to a close. Guess what now? Keep in mind that sometimes the training will go a little bit longer than 6 weeks, and it's no additional charge to you, because we want to make sure that you get everything, even from a technical perspective, that's needed in the training. So I want to congratulate this woman. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm doing one thing. I'm trying to go in from my phone here. But please don't. I'm gonna pull it. Yeah. Oh, great. Give me 1 second. I want to pull something up that I need to add back in here. Because whenever you're doing the most, I'll be doing stuff from my phone and from. Yeah, I'm doing too many angles. But guess what? The beautiful part is you can do stuff from your phone, and you can do stuff from. Yep, there it is. That's why I tell y'all, when I'm training you, but I'm also learning as well and implementing my own trainings to you. So this is good. Now, all I got to do is get out of that, and I'm good. Here we go. Yes, I am masterful. God has gifted me with this. Here we go. So make sure you know that this beautiful vessel is a woman that is on the move, that has her goals and her dreams, and she is definitely taking the world by storm. Are you cursed or not? And the answer is no, we're not cursed, but you need to have some direction to know how you can be blessed. And the certificate is presented to Shantrice Marshall today, November 25th, 2024. All right. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Shantrice. Okay. And y'all, you definitely want to stay connected with her and get her book. And she has plenty of copies of those books that can change even your holidays. Gift it to a family member, and follow her at Queen Shantrice, at Queen_Shantrice. I want to put that back up because I want to make sure people follow you on your social media platform. There we go. Y'all make sure you follow at Queen_Chantrice. Go ahead and like her, follow her on her Instagram. That's where she hangs out heavily, or you can go visit queenchantrice.com. All right, our final certificate goes to this lovely queen. Certificate of completion from the Kim Jacobs online course, How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And it is presented to Dr. Donetta Watson. Dr. Donetta is going to teach you how to do this thing as an African American, how to keep the wealth and use it appropriately to your benefit. She has a young black male and female entrepreneurship program, and they are going to be graduating. These are some millionaires that are graduating at a very young age. Chantrice, you'd be great to talk to some of them too, because they can connect with you and learn even from your show. Yeah, this woman is a force to be reckoned with. You don't want to miss the opportunity to connect with Dr. Donetta L. Watson. You can connect with her at theblackmastermindgroup.com. At theblackmastermindgroup.com. Her email is Donetta, that's DONNETTA, at theblackmastermindgroup.com. I said a whole bunch. We about to get off right now, okay? There are people watching, Malaysia. I saw your communication, and that is something that will happen immediately, either today, no later than tomorrow. I will be connecting you all with Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and she has the CTR Media Network. She's on here as well. I don't know if she did a comment or not, but I just want to say thank you, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, for watching and for being a part of today. We recently, the Kim Jacobs Show is now on Roku. We're now on Amazon and iOS and Fire something and all kind of stuff. We on TV, y'all. The Kim Jacobs Show is officially on TV. You can check it out.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Well, you'll have to teach us how.
That's what I'm going to do, to connect the resources that I have. Okay? And you'll be able to get your stuff going the same way that I have gotten mine. And when I usually refer a person, typically they get accepted. So hopefully that'll be the case. And there are some no's, so I can't say that for everybody, but I will tell you, it is my honor, my privilege to have served as your coach here for this 6-week training. And you all make sure you go back and watch the full episode to hear their feedback of the training. It was a blessing in their individual lives. And I see you, Lucinda, saying, congratulations. You can pop some of the congratulatory comments up. Mackenzie from backstage. I see you, Toya, watching. I see you, Dr. Julia Prender McBride. I see you, Mackenzie. I see you, Bridget. I see you, Dr. Paulette Harper. I want to acknowledge all of you, all Justine Hilliard. I see you. I see you, Mary Kay, Mark Kayla. I see all of you. I hope I didn't disregard anybody. There's so many people that are watching right now. Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, Sly Fox, Robin Wilson. I see all of you all. Cheryl Askew. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, Cynthia. I see you, Harvetta. And I know if you didn't pop a comment up, that's why your name isn't coming up over there. But I do see all of you, and I see that you've tuned in. And I see you, Mom. I see you, Mommy. All right. Thank you all so much for celebrating these new talk show hosts of the Malaysia Harrell Show, host of the Mastermind Minutes Show, and host of the Chantrice Marshall Show, How to Break These Generational Curses. Closing comment, ladies. Chantrice, open your mic and give us a closing comment.
I just want to say thank you, Kim. I needed this extra push. I didn't know how I would begin this journey about something that I'm passionate about, but I'm glad that, God led me to you and we linked up, and I'm just excited. And thank you all for viewing.
Yay.
And thank you all for my classmates as well. They also brought me some good energy as well. So, and I wish you all the best of luck on your journey.
Awesome. Dr. Donetta, say something as a closing comment.
Well, I want to thank you. And I want to say to everybody, Kim's going to be speaking December 14th and 15th in Kansas City for us. I am so honored to have met this powerful woman of God with a mission to transform lives and open up doors. Very few people are door openers. They usually lock them in front of your face. But thank you, Kim, for being door opener for so many people. And what you sow into people's lives, we pray that God will bring it back to you. Not 30, not 60, but 100-fold. Yeah. Thank you so very much. And God bless each of you ladies on your journey. I look to connect with you all soon. And we celebrate what God has done through this collaborative effort. So thank you so very much.
Awesome. Okay. And closing comment from you, Malaysia Harrell.
Yes, and I also want to echo the sentiments of these beautiful ladies who have just been so amazing. But Kim, you are a force to be reckoned with on a high blessing level. Like, in this little time, I don't know if you all know, she's not just doing this. She's doing 5,000 things, but she's doing it with bringing people to God. And so not only was she running this course, but she started her own church. So not only did she have a nonprofit and she did the race and all these other things that she does to give back to the community and the world, she's throwing into us on top of it. So it made me say, oh my goodness, I can help people too. And it made me want to have this fervor and this energy to want to help people on a higher level, which I did formulate my nonprofit, Malaysia Harrell Foundation Incorporated. But I was inspired by you with all of this. And so not only are you a vessel for us and the community, you're a vessel for God. And so I just want to thank you for that. This wasn't just a course, it was actually a ministry, especially for me, because I wanted to give up many times. I'm like, why am I doing this? And dealing with everything that we deal with in life and seeing you go through everything that you've had, many things happen as well. But you said, you know what, I'm going to show up for them. I'm going to make sure that they're out there because you know what, they also are a vessel and they also need to help bring people and let them know that there is a higher power and that there is light and joy in store for them. So again, I just want to thank you. And I feel like when we launch our shows, that's going to be also an extension of that, of your ministry. So I just appreciate you on that level. And I just want people to know that, no matter what is going on in your life, and if you have gotten a message from God to say, hey, there's something that I need to do it. It doesn't matter. Once you make the decision, all the resources and the provisions will be given for you. And so even if you think it's the end of the year, I don't have the resources, it's the holidays, I need to do all this and that. Let me tell you, Kim Jacobs is going to make sure you're successful. Just talk with her, ask her what options you have available, but she's going to make it happen for you. So again, Kim, thank you for being a blessing. And I want to thank also you ladies for being a blessing in my life as well.
Wow. All right, y'all. We went a little bit longer than we normally go. And thank you all for all staying in your seats and watching. Thank you for those wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. If you want to be one of the 5 students that's taking the next group training, it's not going to start in January. It's going to start in when?
December,
because Sandra Yancey, the founder of eWomen Network, said that her calendar year begins December 1st versus January 1st. It gives you a jump start into the new year. So if you want to be one of those 5 students, just call me 704-962-7161, or you can email kim@thebalancedoctor.tv. Thank you all. Congratulations, graduates. You have earned your talk show badges, and I'm excited about what you're going to bring to this world. The world is going to be better because you're in it. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Love you all, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you, Mackenzie, for working so hard backstage. And thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference. And I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.